Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 280th edition of Cinema Effect, a podcast where we review and talk about a different movie every single Monday. And this week, that movie is Godzilla Minus One, which opened in the US on December 1st, 2023. It was directed by Takashi Yamazaki. It is an action epic. Don't laugh. I got it. I did. I got it.
You did. It's just. I don't know. I was ready for it. I don't know.
You were waiting, yeah.
Yeah.
I did practice a couple times, but that's all right. And the synopsis says, a kamikaze pilot plagued by survivors' guilt seeks redemption when a giant monster he failed to kill is transformed by radiation from atomic bomb tests and lays siege to post-war Japan. Yes, indeed. Jaden, Godzilla Minus One. What'd you think?
Well, first off, I have a question. Did you watch this in Japanese?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just check.
I don't think I've ever. I get why you ask, because like I'm the kind of person who does the non cinephile correct way to do things sometimes, but I don't think I've ever gone so far as to watch a dub of something like live action. That's like real that's even too low for me, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think there was one Italian film I was watching on Netflix one time that, like, halfway through, I was like, "Fuck this," because it was shit house, and I swapped it over. But yeah.
If it's shit, it might. Yeah. That's that might be what gets me to do it at some point for something. But it's just live action stuff. I'm not into it. Animation, I'll watch the dub any day. I don't care.
Yeah.
Especially like for a lot of anime, like the Ghibli stuff, the dubs are good, but that's
like
just my take.
Like, I don't know. Even with like the Netflix reality shows, like my mom was like watching like Singles Inferno, whatever the fucking the Korean one is like at the moment, and but she watches it with the English dub, and I'm like, and I'm just like, how can you watch this? Like, it's just painful, man. Like the dating show part, but then also the dub as well, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Minus One though.
Yes.
I thought it was really fantastic. I think the movie is everything people said it was, and I'm really pleased about that. I had very high expectations going in, knowing people talked about it as being Oppenheimer's counterpart, and about how relevant it was and how well they succeeded in all the drama and in making Godzilla a villain again and all this shit. And I thought it succeeded in everything. I cried like 4 or 5 times.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's so easy to make me cry, man. Just give me like a family thing with a kid and I'm fucking there. Yeah, I loved it. I think it looked great. It sounded great. I loved the story. I loved the time period. I think everything about it was drove home for me. Yeah.
Is it getting easier to make you cry as you get older?
Oh yeah, 100%, man. Like I'd say for the past like 5 years, like it's been a noticeable shift. I think I mentioned it. Like I think it not started, but like when I noticed it like changing most was like probably with Little Women, where like it was just constant, man. And then I don't know. I don't need to hold it back anymore, you know.
No, embrace it. That's we don't need to be a symbol of toxic masculinity here. You know, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Look, this movie, it was neat. I can't say. I mean, Jane was expecting this. He knows. I can't say it blew my socks off, and that's okay. I knew about how much praise this film had received in the last couple of years and how universally beloved it is, and that's why I was interested in, and it was on my watch list forever just basically as a result of that. So I was expecting a level of quality, and it did meet that. These, just all it is that these big monster action films they're not really my thing, but I could nonetheless tell it was cool. So certainly better than that literal snooze fest that was Godzilla versus Kong, Skull Island, King of the Attack of the Monsters, or whatever the fuck it was called. What was the last one?
I don't actually remember what the last one was called. King of the Monsters? No, that was the 2018 one.
The New Empire.
Yeah.
You weren't even there for that one, I don't think.
No, I was not present.
Have you still not seen it?
No, I've seen it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I fell asleep for 40 minutes, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Well, also, that might have been because of the reclining seats partially as well. But
yeah. I think I disagree with reclining seats in cinemas. Like, give us comfortable seats, sure, but reclining seats,
yeah, it's too much.
too much.
But why? So for me, like, it's the sleep danger. What is it like? I feel like you don't fall asleep in the theater, right? I've never heard of that.
No, I don't think I have, but like, it's just I don't know. I just see it as a kind of anti-cinema. I don't know. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
not where it's meant to be.
No, I feel that. You wanna be leaning in, you wanna feel like
Mm.
you can be on the edge of your seat if the film
Yeah.
brings you there,
Not
as
even with the
opposed to if I'm
fucking
fucking
tray as well. You know, it's like
yeah, if I'm like if my ass is super deep into the chair because it's a goddamn lazy boy, then I
no.
can't really be on the edge of my seat, like, can I? You know? It's not
Yeah.
gonna bring you there. So, yeah, no, I agree with that. Jen, do
Yeah.
you know how much the budget for this film was?
15 to 20 USD, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15 is the estimate floating around.
Mm.
Um, did you know that going in? And
Yeah.
what was your yeah, okay, I had no idea. I was just, I was so I figured, like, looking at it, it had a smaller budget, and it's, like, obviously a Japanese film. You know, it's not a Hollywood production, so, it's not gonna get 100 or more.
Yeah.
Um, I was nonetheless shocked it was that low for what we got.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like when like at the time when this came out, everyone was like, "What the fuck is Hollywood?" You know, budgeting that this is like the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
To which many people pointed out that the people that did work on this film probably got treated like shit and had to do like insane hours. Which I mean, fair enough, but still, like I don't know. When you compare the budgets of
Fair
like
enough,
two
but who
Godzilla
cares?
films, it's like yeah. But like knowing how much people do praise it, I think I was let down, but that's because of my own over expectations.
Mm,
Like because like the only thing I'd ever seen from it was like the little bit in like the water where like Godzilla's just kind of snaking in the water and they're shooting at him, and like that looked phenomenal. So I was like that was my expectation for the entire thing. So like some of the more awkward shots where he's kind of just standing there, like like with the
yeah,
hand, like
yeah. I
I
know
was
what you
like,
mean. Yeah.
yeah. But like yeah, still obviously,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, were your expectations at, like, the creator levels on
yeah,
$15 million?
yeah.
Yeah,
I was
that would be
expecting
pretty
like just the
wild.
most like seamless integration of CG, and like to be fair, like in the first attack, like pre irradiation, and like it's at night on the island,
Yeah.
and you could hide a little bit. I think that pretty much was what we were getting, but then yeah, in some of the daytime shots, I think you were starting to lose it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, again, not knowing that budget, like, watching it blind, it was like it was definitely a step below major productions.
Mm.
That was noticeable to me. Like, oh, yeah, it wasn't like, "This is absolutely incredible. The best shit I've ever seen in my life." It was it was beyond serviceable, like, it was good, and it really delivered on what it was going for in terms of capturing, like, everything it's trying to do with the monster in terms of, like, I like how you put it of making Godzilla, an enemy again. Is that how you said it?
Mm.
Um, like, absolutely achieves that and makes him feel believable. Is it a him? I feel like I've
Yeah,
established
yeah.
this.
Because
Him?
Mothra is the female that he mates with.
Ah, okay. So
I
he's
think
yeah, I get it.
almost
He's
like
he
like a co-living situation at the very least.
right, I see. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, like, he feels like a threat. He feels definitely different than I've seen in the other, trashy Universal films. So, I enjoyed all that,
Wait,
and,
have you
like,
seen
I didn't feel
2014 yet?
the No!
Okay,
I know,
like
I know.
like
I've gotta watch it.
what's Gareth's one, and then like
Oh, I definitely want to. I
yeah,
definitely want to.
yeah,
Yeah. I the ones I've seen all the Kong ones.
mm. The fun ones.
Yeah, the quote unquote fun ones. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I like I despite the budget, like, it really does deliver on all those things. But nonetheless, I noticed a difference. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm just saying that it's very good considering the budget, absolutely, even though it's not the best shit I've ever seen in my life, but it's impressive for, it's just, yeah, it is, 15 million is, like, if I were to watch it and try and put a number on it, I probably would have guessed 40, maybe 50, if I really was trying to guess. So 15 is like, well,
Yeah.
that's where that slave labor comes in for sure.
My perception of budgets is still very much rooted in like 10 years ago. So like, I don't know. This is this is like the $20 million movie to me. Because like I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the fact that now the average budget is like what, 70 to 80 on most productions, probably. Maybe a bit more.
Yeah, more,
Like,
possibly.
yeah. Still doesn't really make sense to me, but
Yeah. I think I'm the opposite of you, where there was a question last night at trivia about what the budget was for Raiders of the Lost Ark.
yeah.
And in my mind, even though it was like 50 years ago or whatever, and it was like, and it's not like it's a visual effects heavy film really or anything. With all that in mind, I still just thought big Hollywood film, 100 million.
Like
the
Harrison
answer was
Ford
20.
back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. Harrison Ford would get like 30 today or some shit. Well, that's what Brad Pitt got for F1 anyway. But no, it was 20 was the answer.
Yeah. Good to
So
know.
there you go. Yeah. Keep that in mind. You mentioned the opening on Odo Island. Really, really strong opening, I thought.
Yeah. Kind of caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting to speak about it, but I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I guess for me, it was like the introduction at night was smart. Just having him creep around the shadows and like the flames and stuff, like that was cool for sure. And I think it was, to your point about some of the scenes that show the limits of the CG a bit more. It is kind of when he's standing straight up in plane of day. Usually is when it is. When he's swimming, it's pretty damn good. When he's all that kind of stuff, and then when he's and then here in this night sequence, he was really good as well. I thought. That's what I mean. Where like this night sequence, it's like I look at that and I'm thinking that's like 15 million like by itself. That's kind of the space I was thinking because it's that good. But he is smaller in this sequence, right? He grows, I think.
Yeah, this is pre-American nukes.
So you're gonna have to help me with some Godzilla lore as we go here. So Godzilla existed before, like like, is that always the lore that he was around?
No, because Godzilla was originally created as like as a what do you call it? As like a metaphor for like American, like for like fears of like American nukes and like the capabilities of that.
Okay.
So like in my understanding, like I think it's actually I don't know what my understanding is. I just like he's always been created by nukes is what I've thought. But I think the Universal films, Universal, is that who does it? The Americans,
the new ones, yeah.
I'm pretty sure like it's meant to be like a regular lizard, and then like it grows all that. But then I actually don't know what makes more sense. I haven't seen any like the 50s Toho ones, so I'm not really sure actually what like traditionally is the go.
I thought he was like I don't understand how this would happen, I guess, but I just thought he was created in the nuclear blast.
Yeah.
Like from scratch, I mean, whereas in this one he exists and he's pretty large. Like I guess you'd say he's like probably 5 stories tall or something, like moderately large. But I mean, obviously very large, but like moderately large, I guess, by Godzilla standards. And then he gets hit with the radiation and then becomes like powered up, extra Godzilla.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just curious. Then what was he before that? Is he an alien? Is he like what?
No, so he's not an alien because he is Earth dwelling. I'm pretty sure. Because now it's got me a quick question because I'm pretty sure in the Universal ones they set him up as like a prehistoric being as well.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
but which doesn't sound right because then like he's I don't know. I thought I knew, but I like when I think about it, I guess I just don't.
What? Now I'm trying to remember. What was it in the film when? Oh wait, hang on. Had anyone encountered Godzilla prior to Odo Island? Like, was there was something in the film? I could be wrong.
So the guy says that the island is calling Godzilla as and like that there's like a local myth about it.
Yeah, okay, there was a local myth. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so people have seen him and shit and, like,
Mm.
understand that he gets about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
Mm.
No, I thought the sequence was cool. It's our, first introduction to, main boy oh my god, what's his name? Shikishima? Is that how you'd say it?
I don't.
Oh shit, no, hang on.
She's
I'm
yeah,
close. I swear
yeah,
I actually am
Shikishima.
close.
Yeah.
Shikishima?
Yeah.
Um, our first introduction to him, he's a kamikaze pilot who doesn't do his job.
Mm.
Which is interesting, but
Yeah.
I imagine something that's also, like, totally true. Because, like, you can't tell me every kamikaze pilot had the same steadfast mindset and commitment to the role, you know?
But I think that's very much what it was though. Like it was honored to die for the country and respect and all that stuff. And like
Yeah.
that's why like the film like in having him not follow through is very like I don't know very critical of the mindset of the day. Um,
Yes.
but like back in the days of like Imperial Japan, like it very much was like to die for your country is what wins a war.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But it's I don't know, it just made me start thinking because yeah, I mean, obviously that's I presume
Because and you see the shame that he has like when he gets back home, like it is like
oh, yeah,
it's definitely uncommon. I think. Um, um,
that lady shits all over him.
yeah.
It's brutal. Yeah, and there's obviously a lot of shame associated with that. Yeah, 100%. But, like, people like him had to have existed, though, I would think. Like, you know, I wanna I'm sure I'd like to look it up. I'm sure there's stories about those people who survived or whatever, or pussied out, as it were, which is not the thematically correct way to put it with this film, but, you know. I mean, to play devil's advocate with the themes of the film for a second, should he have just, at the end, died like a good kamikaze pilot? You know what I mean? Should that have been the arc?
No, because because that would be reinforcing like very traditional and antiquated ideals about your role for the country. The whole film is about dismantling any ideas of glorifying war. You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and he calls it his personal war, and you can't have him dying. Like 'cause, like this is still his war. You can't have him dying. For that.
So outside of when he talks about his war, outside
Mm.
of it, obviously, I guess on the literal level, it's Godzilla. Um,
It's shame. It's grief. It's survivor's guilt.
yeah,
Is what it is. It's
yeah,
the one that shouldn't have made it home and did, and all that shit.
yeah, exactly. Shame and guilt. Yeah, and then we see that in the opening sequence also when I mean when we're introduced to him, he's already presumably just flown away from a battle that he should have flown into a ship at.
Mm.
But like at the start, at the start, he doesn't pull the trigger. He doesn't friggin' fire the guns at Godzilla.
Yeah, you see, I thought that was not him being a coward. I thought that was him being smart and realizing that Godzilla wasn't going to attack. Um, but then I don't know,
Right. Because then the
like,
other dudes sort of like start firing and they're like,
and
well,
like that's what
don't
that's what
fire.
triggers it all again. But then like
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know, the rest of the film reframes it as Godzilla's a giant dick. So like it was once again him being a coward, I guess. But
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Is the idea that in that case that Godzilla was like relatively I don't know if passive is the right word, but like was he, you know, will attack if provoked kind of thing. But then it's the nuclear
Yeah,
blast that makes him want to take, like, fuels him to friggin' get revenge on humanity for doing this to him, kind of thing.
I think so. Like that's what makes sense, and to like kind of reestablish Godzilla as that kind of traditional piece of what it was about, American fears. Like, I think that makes sense, like narratively as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
if he
It's
was
like we
like
create, you know.
if he was like the local myth, like for the people of the island, like he just a
Mm,
predator that comes around, takes
and
out the
yeah,
prey,
right.
keeps the ecosystem in check and all that shit. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And then
whatever.
through our own, through America, through technology, the bomb being, being
Mm,
bad, bomb bad, right?
yeah,
Then through that, we unleash Godzilla on ourselves, kind of thing.
yeah,
Because it is. Wait, so the project Crossroads, I think, or whatever that's called, the atom test they did in the film.
yeah.
Is that the test that? Wait, hang on. Because they show that in the film.
They were just nuclear bomb tests. Like you can find like there's like a list that's available where it shows you like every nuclear test site in the world. Like there's like 438 like bombs that were dropped. Like only two of them obviously being used for like war purposes. But
Yeah,
like the Bikini Atoll especially like isolated Russia and then just like isolated like ocean was like they just bombed the shit out of them.
yeah. That's pretty insane when
Like
you think
that
about it.
wasn't any like kind of any other ulterior iceberg. That was just them testing like nukes.
That's crazy. Like, it's just crazy to think about them. I mean, I get why, because they obviously that's you know after Hiroshima and Nagasaki and all that, but it's just like they were doing all that so long ago. That's
Mm.
it's pretty nutty, and I'm sure they fired up right away too, because that test they showed in the film wasn't that like 1946 or something. So
Mm.
they were going off everywhere. Um, but sorry, my question was that the explosion that you know triggered Godzilla, or was it?
Yeah, yeah. I think that specific one that was shown was the guys that are creating one.
And was that specific one a Japanese test,
No,
or
no,
did the
that was US.
Japanese?
So Japanese didn't have atomic weapons.
Yeah, okay, okay. So it was US testing in that. It must be in the area, I guess.
Not exactly, because like it's like one of those like kind of islands just like north of Australia, east of the Philippines, south of Japan. Kind of isn't like one of those kind of
Yeah,
groupings.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's just. But then like
The Pacific, is that the region you'd call it?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
because like you hear that like they have to like later on they have to protect the Japanese kind of like island atolls. So like he has to like make his way
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. That's concerning that Godzilla is
Yeah.
like kind of like like outside of Japan is kind of like we're kind of second closest to Godzilla, to be honest.
Yeah, but he doesn't give a shit about fucking Bruce Vegas.
Well, he doesn't give a shit about Cairns
Yeah. I was
or
gonna do
Darwin.
cans. Yeah.
Dude,
Mm,
he'll have a vacay in Cairns. I don't
yeah.
know. Dude, that's where the crocodiles all are, up in Cairns. So maybe he
Oh
was he
shit.
was one of them.
Yeah, maybe he's a tourist over there. Oh.
He kind of is just like a weird, huge crocodile thing. What
Mm.
was I mean, you've seen him before, I guess, in clips and stuff, but like, what is your impression of like his actual design in terms of his face, how much he looks like in
Um,
animals he looks like, that kind of thing?
I kind of liked it. It kind of felt like a hybrid of like the original where he had like the curved faces like in the early 50s and 60s ones, and then like kind of like
Mm.
the menace of the American reproductions and stuff. Like I think they did a really good job of kind of combining the two. I think I read that it's based off of the 2001 film, but I haven't seen that, so I don't really have a reference for that. But like from what I do know, I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it too. I
Mm.
liked it too. It felt very simple
Yeah, I like the way
in a good
his heat
way.
breath, like the heat ray, they did it, and instead of like being like the nuclear breath that like the American ones have done. Like
Mm,
I think it was
mm.
it was a cool little variation on it.
Yeah, as in, uh, dude, I agree with you, but then I can't even remember what the American ones do. So like, what it's like
the American ones are kind of Dragonfire-ish, where like it's kind of constant constant like kind of breathing like fire. Whereas like this one kind of feels like a railgun, where like he like it shoots them fucking bang.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And he kind of and he like charged it up, kind of.
Yeah. Oh, the like I think he always charges it up, but like this one, like his place fucking like shift out and shit like that.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, no, that was cool. I like how it kind of felt like in the design and the simplicity of it, like I don't know, like most Godzilla films that exist are probably closer to this than the US ones, than the Yankee ones.
Yeah.
Just in terms
I'd
of
say
like
so.
how over, I guess the Yankee one is just it's very monsterish. It's very like, I don't know, it doesn't really resemble much that's, I mean, I don't know, like sure he looks vaguely like a dinosaur or a lizard or whatever the fuck, but like he looks much more so like a natural, actual animal creature that you could, feels like he derives from nature in this one a bit more.
Mm.
Just in terms of like, I know he's kind of got the round face. He's kind of got, recognizable features. It's like, oh yeah, he kind of looks like a reptile. He kind of looks like, he kind of even looks like a bit like a cat in a weird way. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad example, but like just in how round his face is, I'm kind of like, he looks like a lizard mixed with a cat or something. That's kind of how I felt. Which I thought was cool. But I think it brings it all back to like just how, having never seen the older films and like, the classic, I think like the first one in like in the early 50s, I think is
I
the
think it's
first one. Is that right?
54. I think.
54. Okay.
Mm.
Like having never seen that, this film felt like it was evoking that for sure.
Mm.
Like it was going for that in terms of how, I don't know, maybe that was part of the charm with like the CG as well, and the way he kind of walks around, like when you said he's kind of walking straight up around like this, like
T-Rex
it's
arms.
kind of
Yeah.
silly. It's kind of silly and funny, like
Yeah.
when you point it out like that. But like when you watch the film, like I don't know, I kind of like it because it just makes it feel like something that, it, again, haven't seen them. It feels like it would be in the 50s one. You know what I mean? It feels like he would just be kind of walking around like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
you know. It's probably much more awkward, but it just
Mm.
doesn't feel overdone, I guess. It doesn't feel over-designed, over-animated. It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's just a dude. He's just walking around, I think that's why I like it. Man, you obviously, we're talking a bit about the whole historical setting, context aspect of it. Tokyo was ravaged in this movie, dude. It was
Yeah.
pretty
It's
insane.
like more people died in the Tokyo firebombings than they did in the nuclear blasts. Like
Yeah, okay.
like Tokyo was literally like razed to the ground. Like it's like shown in like fucking Boy and the Heron as well from the same year.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And Grave of the Fireflies, I think, as well, shows Tokyo getting firebombed, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Tokyo
wow.
was like it's actually like insane. Like the just the change of course in history that the country and the city took.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if I'd seen it conveyed like that. I'm sure there's plenty of examples, I just haven't seen them. And so
Mm.
it kind of stood out to me immediately. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I don't know, when I hear about the bombing raids of World War II and stuff like that, like the one that, I don't know, the example I get all the time is London. I'm just like,
Yeah, the
obviously
Blitz.
they
Yeah.
bombed the shit out of London as well. But like, was London ever that bad? I don't think so. I could be
No.
wrong.
Yeah. Like there was definitely neighborhoods of London that were probably like that bad. Um, like there's
Okay.
photos that you will see where like it is like pretty much every building in like the district is just on the ground apart from like one church. Um,
Mm, yeah. This shot me because this is like basically post-apocalyptic. This is insane.
mm.
Um, but yeah, that was cool. Was there anything else on the nature of how the film in the story used the setting, used the time that stood out to you?
Um, no, I did like the jumping around. You know, I like that
Mm,
we weren't stuck in one period and trying to shoehorn in like kind of because I was worried about the kind of like the character development and like if it was gonna be feel forced or whatever, like if we're gonna be stuck within that first meeting in that first week or whatever. But
Right.
having that 2 years of build up, I think it validates all of the emotions and I don't know the forgiveness that comes from the neighbor as well. You can buy into, and then obviously like just like the ability to defend and redevelop and like just give more context to like the world, like kind of the world stage with like US and Russia tensions and why they're fighting for scraps instead of using everything they have and all that stuff. So like time period and then being able to jump around in it, I think just helps the film like so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And to your first point on that, like it's not something that usually bothers me, but it's true that like sometimes in films it is just like these characters have like immense character arcs in like the space of 2 days or whatever. so this so this does definitely make a lot of sense. Yeah. Um man, I think my favorite, if I had to break the film up, I did really like the opening. I did really like the look of whenever he was swimming about.
Mm.
I think my favorite actual just like enjoy the sequence I enjoyed the most was probably like the middle set piece when he attacks. Is it Ginzai? Is that what it's called?
Ginza. Yeah.
Ginza. Is that a city or is that a suburb of Tokyo
No,
or
it's
something?
it's like we were in Ginza, like the G line like does exist. Like I think
I
it is
see.
just the business district now.
I see. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I did go to Ginza.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I went there. Um, yeah, that was probably my favorite part of the film, actually, just because I don't know, seeing Godzilla walk around in his way of just in his very straight up manner, walking around and just wrecking shit, dude, just
Yeah.
wrecking shit. It
Well,
was pretty cool.
every time he like whenever he'd swing his tail, like the intimidation would come through, and like I think like it looked effective. And like I think like they were dynamic enough with his body like in that sequence that like when they do cut to the white just of him like kind of staticky, like it was okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was, and I think I don't know that scene had something. It had, I don't know, it had a level of danger for sure. And for the level of destruction he caused, it looked pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I think all the goddamn buildings and oh my god, it was pretty insane. When he initiated that like blast, it just kind of swept everything.
Yeah.
It's like
I think
Jesus
like
Christ.
that's probably like I think that's what the film does well is that like it evoked kind of modern fears but using like this kind of historical setting and like when he uses that when he uses like the heat ray in Ginza, it kind of felt like I don't, did you ever see footage from that explosion in Beirut like in 2020?
No,
No, like it was like the largest like non-nuclear blast in history.
no, yeah,
No,
did it evoked that for you?
yeah, well, we're like the like because like there was like ammonium in like the wharf some shit like the whole thing went up and like the way like the kind of like the shock wave just came through and it just fucked everything. Um,
Oh
and
my god.
it kind of does that, but then like the anxiety in the film that like kind of exists with Godzilla because like he's honestly not like he's not overly present. Like he's there obviously in the scenes, but through Shikishima and like his anxiety, it kind of evoked modern worries that existed at the time. You know, of like I mean, it was being written during COVID, so like that kind of that fear of the and uncertainty of like that kind of omnipresent but not visible enemy there. It's like Shikishima's kind of terrors that persisted in his nightmares. There's like a good way to evoke that, and like, I think the film is very successful in doing that, and just channeling modern day ethics and ideas, and then mirroring it there.
Yeah, sure. Damn. I don't know if I want to see that explosion footage you were talking about. That sounds scary. That sounds messed up.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, no, really well said and all that. What do you think of oh my god, Shikishima, the guy who plays him, Kamiki? That's his surname, by the way.
I just kind of like whenever he rode into the scene on like a motorcycle, I was like, oh, they're gonna cast Tom Cruise in like an American remake of this.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, good shout.
I was like, oh, he's got a bit of Tom Cruise in him. I was like, yeah.
Well, didn't Tom Cruise did join the Monsterverse, like, officially at some point,
Oh
but
yeah,
then I don't think they ever
in the
got around
Mummy.
to making.
Yeah,
Oh, no, he was in The Mummy. Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Tie it all in.
No, I really liked it. I mean, there's like a level of melodrama that you kind of have to come to accept with Japanese live action stuff often.
Yes,
Um,
agreed.
so it was a bit jarring in at first, but then like when you kind of remind yourself of the production, you're like, oh yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah. I thought he was really good. I really did. I
Mm.
thought he was definitely the best performance. I mean, he's the central performance of the film, so obviously. But his inner turmoil, I think, was conveyed very strongly throughout in the various moments, and ultimately when he sort of has the realization towards the end, which we come back to a couple of times when he's like he's getting ready the night before in the plane, and he's got his other mate, mechanic dude or whatever, talking to him.
Not mates. Well,
What?
they're not mates
What makes you say that?
because I mean, like, obviously towards the end of the film, like they resolve it, and he tells him to live. It was once again, there's a fantastic big fuck you to like kind of imperialist kind of Japan's kind of like notion.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
like we're led to believe that for the past 2 years he held on to the grudge because when he goes
Oh yeah,
back to him, he
because
beats the shit out of him. And
yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
and
Because of what
like
happened on the island and
and
all that.
like
Yeah.
and like Shikishima like promises him that he's gonna die, but then Tachibana, I think his name was, he realizes, live.
Live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. That's the gist of what I was getting at, and I think he did a great job bringing that arc full circle, and I think you feel that especially in like there's quite a lot of just sort of scenes with the family when he's like from start to finish when he's with his I was gonna say his wife, but that's kind of the whole thing that it's not. But
Yeah.
I'll say his wife, his lady friend, and then throughout with her and his daughter and those different scenes, and then by the time you get to the end, dude, had no idea she was alive. By the way, that was
Yeah,
very
no,
shocking.
neither.
I was shocked.
But she was,
Yeah, yeah.
I was confused by that. But I didn't really pay too much attention to it. But yeah, no. So that was a good reveal.
Good reveal for sure. I mean, we saw how she went out earlier in the film,
Yeah.
and it's like, dude, talk about instant death. I would have thought, but nonetheless, she still looks pretty good at the end. She's all right. She's fine.
And she's got that thing creeping up her neck, so that's
Oh, in the hospital bed?
yeah.
I honestly didn't even notice that. What is it?
It kind of looks like a Stranger Things vine.
Is it meant to be like some sort of?
Yeah, it's like I don't know if it's meant to be like just like kind of like a scar, or if it's like meant to be something they're going to develop in the next one, like a I don't know, something a bit more than that. But like she's
Okay.
like the camera hung on it, like it purposely moved around to show her neck and like hang on it.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm done. All right.
And then
Yeah.
we immediately then
Yeah.
go like to like Godzilla regenerating. So like I don't know.
What does that mean? So is he like infecting people?
I don't know. It's
The
not
hell?
him. Like it's just like it's the effects of radiation. But like it's just like
Yeah.
what they do with that effect is it would be interesting.
Will be interesting. Yeah. I wonder if if that's something that comes from other adaptations, other iterations, or if it's just an original concept here. I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. Yeah, that's interesting. Dude, I was thinking the whole time Like I get that. Like I'm not. This is not a criticism because I obviously get the arc. It's good storytelling and all that. But I'm like, dude, you've got this lady right here. I mean, she's pretty cute. I don't know what you're doing. That's how I felt the whole time. It's like, look, I get it. I get it. You got your own stuff. That's cool. But like, just saying. I don't know. I would have locked that down much sooner. But he got there in the end. Eventually, she had to be like maimed, to get there. But that's okay. Did you know what the -1? Do you know the title? The idea of the title? Because
no, actually.
oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, great! I can teach you something. The -1 refers to the fact that Japan had already been devastated by World War II, brought down to 0. But with the emergence of Godzilla, it puts Japan into the negative. This is reflected in the film's original Japanese tagline, which translates to "Post-war Japan from 0 to minus."
Oh.
I mean, it makes perfect sense when you read it like that, but it's like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So -0, it means that they've got a step up, but
Yeah, I guess.
Right, is it meant to follow the same characters? Actually,
I've got no idea, but like, good question. I don't know. I feel like they probably would, but that's a complete guess. I don't know. They've probably already shot it. We can just Google it.
Yeah. The thing is, if you're like still doing like 60s Japan, like I imagine your budget needs like go up a fair bit to CGI that shit. Man.
Yeah,
or maybe not. But...
just more labor, more hours for all those people. I did really like throughout the film the use of the classic theme.
Yes, oh dude, it's so tough. I love it so much.
I loved it too. I really did.
But it made me real like sorry. It made me think that like there wasn't an over presence of music in the rest of it because like I took such notice when it came through. Yeah.
Agreed. There's a lot of scenes. I mean, there's quite a lot of score in the film, but there's a lot of scenes where it's kind of just existing in the background, like a lot of quieter, sort of like more ominous sort of music, just sort of present a lot. Like it's even in a lot of just the dialogue scenes where you probably didn't even necessarily need score. But so there's a lot of score in the film, but you're right. Like during the big, large pieces, there's definitely not as noticeable stuff going on until you just get the dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's pretty cool. When it hits the first time, I think that's probably another reason why I really like that middle scene, because that's the first time they use it. And it's just Godzilla walking around, absolutely obliterating a city with that shit playing. It's like, oh yeah, no, this is pretty cool. It's hard not to think this is pretty sick. So yeah, that was really great. What does Gareth use that in any way, or does any of them?
I think so.
Yeah, I feel like it's such a missed opportunity. Like, such a no-brainer. I can just imagine. I don't know. I can just imagine like fucking. I don't know who scores those films, but I imagine it being like
Junkie XL. I think. Yeah.
Oh, I must have. I don't want to take credit. Like I guessed that. I probably did subconsciously know that. I probably did. Because I've seen it somewhere or some shit. But that's hilarious. I can imagine Junkie XL.
Okay, no, sorry. So 2014 was Alexandre Desplat. But I'm pretty sure Tom comes on for like Kong and then like Future.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, because I think that's why I knew. We did talk about him in Godzilla vs. Kong, I think.
Yeah.
In that review. Yeah, okay. I can imagine Junkie XL like wanting to sit down and do some shit with that score, and do some shit with that theme and do his junkie it up or whatever. Do his like hard spin on it. Yeah, I want to see that. Or hear it rather, for sure. Speaking of Gareth Edwards, director of Godzilla 2014, attended a screening of this film and described a feeling of jealousy while watching it, stating, "This is what a Godzilla movie should be like." I assume he doesn't mean that derogatory of his own work, but maybe he does. I don't know. I'm still keen. I am definitely keen to watch his film. I don't really care for like. I mean, I was going to say I don't care for King of the Monsters, but like, isn't Ken in that? Oh, he's in because he's in. Wait,
which one?
No, he's just in Gareth's one. I think.
I think he is in Gareth's, not King.
Okay, well they're in the same one. Then I'm watching that one. That's easy
Dude,
choice.
Gareth is like I love rewatching it every time. I've loved it more each time. Like it's just such an impressive use of scale and just filmmaking techniques. I think like in achieving like I don't know a modern Godzilla.
Yeah,
Like I like if Gareth's comment about this film is meant to disparage his own a bit, like I disagree with him. Like they're very different films, obviously. But he
yeah,
does phenomenal stuff with his.
yeah, yeah. Is his like the impression I get from it is that it feels a lot more like it's much less about like Godzilla literally doing things, like, and it's much more about the human level and like dealing with this massive fucking thing, if you know what I mean.
No, not really.
Well, okay. I don't know, but
Well, that's what.
maybe I don't want to set expectations too high. I just can't imagine a final sequence of that film where it's like they're gonna like shoot him down or some shit. But maybe I'm wrong. Since like I might be. Director Yamazaki met Steven Spielberg, who told him that he saw the film 3 times. According to him, Spielberg first saw it at his home and then went to go see it 2 more times in theaters. Yamazaki compared this to being praised by God, since Spielberg was one of his great inspirations. Coincidentally, Spielberg himself is also a longtime admirer of the original Godzilla, citing it as one of his own influences. There you go. That's cool. He was a big fan.
I love the ancillary characters. The rest of the
Oh,
of
yes,
the boat
please.
crew. Yeah.
The ancillary characters. I liked the older Doctor Man, the plan man.
Yeah, Doc was my favorite as well. But
Okay.
I think the dynamic that arises with the younger bloke. I don't remember his name entirely. I don't really want to guess wrong. I think it starts with M.
No.
I think it's all really important, really powerful stuff. I mean, it's the experience. Obviously, like you want to like protecting the youth from the war and all that shit, and then him not understanding why, and it's still like he's kind of ingrained in that kind of. He's ingrained in that pre-war ideal because like that's what he was educated in, and he never saw war to understand why it's not the admirable thing and stuff like that. Giving him his own kind of
The Dunkirk sequence?
when the boats come to help.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
This is part of the scene. One scene you're talking about there, I assume, is the one where like he's injured. He has the injured arm, and then he like begs to go with them.
Yeah.
To war.
Yeah. But they're not keeping him out because he's injured. They're keeping him out because he's the future and he shouldn't be. He should be exempt from the terrible things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is really cool to get that perspective on World War II in retrospect. Because I don't know, I think to what you were saying, I couldn't say it any better than how you said it earlier in terms of being the whole anti-imperialist thing. Like, obviously, Godzilla being created from nuclear fears and all that. It all derives from World War II originally, all of it. So it's cool to then have a story that feeds into that aspect, but then also this whole political, like just the state of Japan at the time as well, to be able to do both. That's pretty cool. That's pretty smart.
Yeah, I think he was meant to be a character that like everyone in Japan could get behind defeating, I think, as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which then like it became muddied over the years. People began to love him, and he became goofy and all that stuff. But
yeah, that's yeah, and then and then in the friggin' Universal ones, the Yankees start like teaming up with him or whatever. Yeah, I'm getting pretty close here. I assume the stuff with the daughter had you going.
Oh yeah, dude. Every time she cried, I cried.
Dude, she cried a few times.
Yeah, she did.
Shit.
Yeah.
She cried like I want to say a good 3 to 4 times, which lines up with your count.
Yeah. Probably the main ones. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how old was she. I don't know. 2? I don't know. She felt very small.
I mean, timeline wise, she would be 2, right?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I can't tell kids' ages by looking at them, but I think it is 2.
Yeah.
I have like child age blindness or whatever.
Interesting.
I'm talking about young children, to be clear. But I don't
mm.
know. Maybe I should just stop talking.
Yeah. No, yeah, I liked all the stuff with that. I thought it was an interesting choice to have it not be like Noriko's biological daughter. That like, I think it probably goes towards like that kind of poster ideals of coming together to, I don't know, raise a new nation and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it does work. But I was surprised by that fact when they first dropped it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Okie final verdicts?
Yeah, I think
All
I'm
right.
done. Yeah.
Excellent. Let's get to our final verdicts for Godzilla Minus One. It's one of those ones where I feel like I've been praising it the whole time, and I have been. I mean everything I've said. I'm still going to give it a 6. It's
Wow.
I thought it was solid. I really did.
I was
I
expecting
quite
at
liked
least
it.
a 7.
Yeah. No, I did quite like. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's just not my thing. But it was like the best version of not my thing. So it's a 6. I could give it a 7. I could. It's I could go either way. But you know, Jaden, what about you?
I'll stick a 9 on it. Yeah, I think there's just a few little bits of awkwardness that keeps me back from the 10. And like it's interesting because like I was thinking, I was like, do I prefer this or the American ones? And like I don't know. I think because of ease of access to the American ones, like it's just like they're still probably edged out in my opinion. Not that they're high rating, but like I don't know. I'll rewatch Gareth's every day, and I do most days because it's on fucking Foxtel all the time.
Yeah, nice. So you mean just in like rewatchability?
Yeah. I think this would be a tough one to go back to. I think.
Yeah. Well, I know what you mean emotionally, but also there's a decent amount of dialogue, character-driven scenes. Which is
I like
is
the
fine,
signs of it. Like that was a fun thing that they used to like defeat him instead of just guns. And that was a fun.
Yes, exactly.
And like it also works on like the whole a nation coming together to push us forward. Yeah.
That's all absolutely true, but none of those qualities make a good always on Foxtel movie. You know what I mean? An always on Foxtel movie is like needs to be like obviously we know what we're talking about. We're talking about Transformers. We're talking about these films that have a lot of kinetic energy. You know what I mean?
Knives Out before it was like fully sold to Netflix was always on.
Yes. All right. Now it's time for our highlights of the week because we killed news chat. That's okay. I haven't really got anything. I can just quickly say I'm halfway through Pluribus now, and just a quick. I want to timestamp this update because I'm very curious how I'm going to end up when it's over. Right now, I'm like I think it's good, but I don't love it, and I want to hopefully love it by the end, or at least I think it's really great by the end. I think there's a lot of cool parts about it. I think it's a really unique premise and concept that's executed pretty well. I don't know. It's just every episode so far has had to win me over as it goes. Like the episode starts, and for the first 20 minutes, I'm just kind of like, okay. And then there's always something that ramps up in it that then sort of gets me like pretty engaged by the end. And then, but then it kind of starts from scratch the next episode for me. I'm not like it's not elevating like a lot of great shows where it's just like you want to watch the next one.
Well, I know a lot of comments I saw from people were that like nothing happens in the show, which I then saw from other people that they criticized that like this way of thinking is that in the expression that something always has to happen. So it's interesting that you're in the tumultuous kind of like center of that. So. Keep talking about it though because I need to stand up for like 2 minutes.
No, you're fine. oh god, I don't know if I've got 2 minutes, but I'll try. I don't know if I agree that nothing happens. Because stuff happens. And those things that happen to usually sort of in the latter half of episodes are what engage me, are what, bring me back in to where I was sort of losing a bit of interest. So I don't know. When people say nothing happens, like maybe I guess like there aren't like huge plot beats, huge moments of like revelations yet, I guess. In terms of like crazy shit. I guess the progression of the plot reminds me, it feels very Vince Gilligan. The show has these cold opens, which is very Vince Gilligan. If you've watched any of his shows, where he loves a good cold open, where it's just like you dropped right into the middle of a scene, usually with a really nice establishing shot, and then you're like, what is happening? And then you watch 5 minutes of this scene and you still got no idea what's happening. And that's usually the flow. But then, like 25 minutes later, you're like, oh, I get it now. It's that person who was doing that, who's now here doing this. Like, and it all ends up clicking in the end. So it's very Vince Gilligan in that way. So I don't know if people think that's nothing happening, then maybe I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot happening. I guess I can agree with that. But the situation itself is pretty interesting and unique, and seeing this main character Carol having to navigate the situation in her circumstances is all very interesting stuff. So, like, I don't know if it necessarily needs to rely on these crazy twists and turns along the way. It's all, it's pretty, drama's relatively inherent. But I do want to see, I don't know, I guess part of how much it's going to ramp up or not is going to depend on if there's a season 2 or not, which I don't know the answer to.
Mm. I mean, Apple
So
TV, so they'll probably like release like 6 of those and get like no fair.
that's true. That's true.
Mm.
I think the show is getting fair. He's getting fanfare, to be fair. God, there's a lot of fear I just said. But no, I catch your point. They're up to like, I think there's like 9 seasons of Slow Horse now. That's hyperbole, but it's not far off. So yeah. Anyways, that was my little time. Jaden, what have you been watching?
I watched YouTuber Markiplier's hand at directing, starring, editing a film, writing. I'm not a Markiplier guy. I've never really liked him.
Yeah, okay.
I had no intention to watch this film, but then my mate messaged me and I was like, yeah, okay, for sure. It was pretty good. Like it's heavily flawed and it's way too long. But like for a $3 million budget for a guy, like it's just this guy that was a fan of the game and wanted to make it. Like it does a lot good. It does a lot well. It's a single location thriller, which I wasn't expecting. So like that was a fucking punch in the side of the head. And he gets his money out of the set, and it's a well crafted set. But I think like that's also like in part to blame for why it feels so long, because like there is just so much kind of reaction shots, and there's only so much you can play with when you're in a fucking 6 meter by 2 meter cube rectangle cylinder. There's some cool moments. There's some cool shots. He's used his budget very fucking well. And it looks good. And the story, I quite like the story. It's definitely made me curious about. I want to learn way more about it. I just don't know if film's the correct medium for it. Like I was talking to my mate like leaving the theater, and like I was like with how slow the film is and how much of it relies on his discovery and like kind of his way of thinking through the discoveries. Like I think a book would have been the better medium. But like I don't know, like like if he doesn't make it to this, and I mean he's made so much money off it, and there's so much demand for it that I can definitely imagine him producing another one. Like I think part like key fact number one is that it needs to be shorter. But yeah, I don't know. It was nice to hear some familiar voices. Alana Pierce is actually like credited as a familiar voice, which is funny. But Jacksepticeye and Troy Baker and those guys. Once again, I'm not a fan of Jacksepticeye, but I know him. But Troy Baker, I was like, Troy. So that's cool.
Does he just sound like himself? Like he's not voice acting?
Yeah, I think he sounds like himself. He sounds more like himself than what he does, like when he's doing, I don't know, Joel or something.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. The monster design is very cool, and I wish I understand why we didn't see more of it, and maybe seeing more of it would have spoiled some of the stuff. But like, it is very cool, and it's very. I saw a review saying it's begging you to call it Lovecraftian, so I kind of hesitate on calling it Lovecraftian, but it definitely was. It was cool, and yeah. But
How
yeah,
long is it when you say it's
2 hours?
Okay,
it's 2 hours based on I actually don't know how long the game is, but apparently he played the original game in 45 minutes.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah. So the thing is, there just needs to be way more lore, and they try and tease you a bit of lore in some flashbacks, and there's a couple throwaway lines. But actually, one thing I would say is you need to watch this with subtitles. There's a lot of things that get drowned out in the mix.
Oh, okay.
And probably not overly important, but there are certain words that you just kind of miss. And you're like, oh, what was that? It was like, is that meant to be something I was meant to click with? But yeah, the thing is, it's 2 hours, and it's in that time period. If you are going to insist on having this much, you need a bit more resolute lore rather than kind of ambiguous. Is this real? Is this not? Is it what's this voice? What's that? And is his past actually like this or whatever? So yeah, a bit more resolute history, and I think he could have been there with being a really solid project. I still liked it. Still gave it a 7 out of 10. Probably generous. But I'm a generous guy.
You're a very generous guy. Absolutely. I know that. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know. So I knew that there was this film that he made and all that. So is he the only main actor in it?
Yeah, you see a handful of other people very briefly, but other than that, it's just their voices. He's coached through it I don't know, how in BioShock how Atlas is kind of guiding you through the thing.
Sure.
It's kind of like that. It's I don't know. It's just the commander of the mission. She's kind of guiding him through the thing. That's kind of the main dialogue that exists, and then quite often there isn't dialogue. As he's kind of just or it's just him muttering to himself rather. But yeah,
it's interesting because I knew about him making this film and financing this film and all that kind of shit, and that's cool. But I guess I didn't take a second to stop and think it's pretty crazy. He made himself the only lead actor in a 2-hour film he's putting out.
Yeah,
in
that
theaters.
Yeah,
that is brave.
It wasn't meant to be out in theaters. It was meant to have a very limited run that I think he was going to put out. But then so many of his fans were writing to theaters that we want to watch this. That did end up opening up in thousands of theaters worldwide. But it was meant to be a very limited thing originally. That was the intent.
That is brave to make yourself it sounds like basically
the lead.
The entire movie relies on him. Is his performance good?
It's not great, but the biggest compliment I could say is that if you watch it blind and you didn't know he was a YouTuber, you would just think that he was a very average actor, which I think is immense.
Okay.
Is an immense compliment for a YouTuber. Because
I
don't know if you've seen back in the day when YouTube would doing productions in collaboration with YouTube, Logan Paul did The Thinning, Mark even had his own kind of series or whatever. When you see YouTubers trying to act, or whenever you see Liza Koshy trying to fucking act on screen, it's disgusting. Mark may actually seemed just a average actor.
Okay. No, that's a decent effort then. I agree. Yeah, nice. Cool. Okay. Now comes the segment where we hand the show. Well, we normally would hand the show over to you with our question of the show. Last week we asked you, what is your ideal monster size? But no one answered. I feel like this happens once a year, which is actually pretty good. We'll take.
Well, you're begging for it to happen more frequently now.
No, I really don't want to have more frequent. But like
that is like
there has been a
like
pattern.
vibe for it.
Yeah, and it's like, look, if this is going to be our L for the year on it, that's okay.
Mm.
I just don't want it to happen again. But that's it is what it is. So I guess we probably could have just gotten out of this out of the way in the review. Didn't have to.
I almost mentioned it, like my thinking along the
Yeah.
lines of it. I was like, oh, I better save it.
Yeah, I feel like you should have said it, and we would have got the whole conversation out of the way, and then not acknowledged there was a question of the week about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But now we're here, so it's fine. Whatever, everyone knows. Jaden, what is your ideal Godzilla / monster size?
I'd say about 30 stories. You know, which like that equates like what like
is that the unit of measurement we're using?
Like I don't know. Is that like 120 to 150 meters depending on like the size of your slabs?
Sure.
You know, like what I was gonna say during the thing is like I think like Godzilla has had to grow with its times. You know, back in the day he was so small because back then they only had 5-story buildings. You know, and then as buildings got taller in Japan and then worldwide, obviously like you had to grow to like increase the scale of threat and all that. Right, so like the point now where like in the MonsterVerse, like he's like fucking I don't know what 80 stories. Like he's the biggest he's ever been or whatever. Like it's like 300 meters or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I don't have an issue with it, and I also don't have an issue with the smaller Godzilla. It's just that he has to fit the setting he's in, and like I think about 120 to 150 is enough that like he towers over most buildings, and there's a couple like in the environment that he can still be around kind of thing,
Yes.
And,
yes.
I think it plays in a good balance for like most modern cities. Not our city, because our city's fucking shit and small. Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Vegas, to name the Australian ones.
Shout out to Brisbane, Vegas. Oh, dude, I think you're spot on. I really think you're in the right range. Just so I don't like literally just copy you, I'll even go a little smaller. I'll say like, if I'll go at an extreme end, maybe half, maybe 15 stories,
15
or something. I think.
Let me bring up a size chart of Godzilla just so I can get a reference for this. Actually,
okay, yeah, that's actually a good shout. I should do this. Look, we should get the same one. Godzilla. Godzilla size.
Oh, so his current height is about 150 actually in the MonsterVerse stuff. That's interesting.
Are you looking at this one that's like it's green, purple, yellow, and so on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think calling it the MonsterVerse is wrong. That's like for like the mummy and shit. Like this is like the I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, so
wait, so he grew in the MonsterVerse?
Hold on, what's this? In the new Empire, he is 120 meters, according to this chart on DeviantArt.
Oh, I thought he was bigger than that. Huh.
King of the Monsters, he's 120 as well, according to this chart.
Again, thought he was bigger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I can't.
See, now that I'm looking at this chart, I actually think the 100 meters is pretty good.
Yeah. So in -1, he's 50 meters. Oh, wait, what's this? 50 meters when he's irradiated.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
According to this. But he's 15 meters at the start of the film, though.
15 at the start. Okay.
Yeah. Grows to 50.
And wait, so what are we saying 50 is in stories? Are we saying that's like 20 stories? Maybe?
50 meters in stories. Roughly 15 to 17.
Okay, so 50 meters is what I was saying is my answer.
Yeah.
And that's what he was. That's what he was when he was attacking the city in this film.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I guess I can't complain about that.
Yeah.
Because I did really like that part, so I guess that's my answer. Yeah. 50 meters.
I think I'm happy with the 60-ish though. Not 60-ish, what the fuck did I say? 30-ish stories.
30-ish stories, yeah, dude.
Yeah, 100 meters.
So that's like 100. Yeah, 100 does look good on this chart.
Yeah, 100 to 120.
He looks good, yeah.
I reckon that's like a hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. You know what's funny? I don't know why this is making me think of this. Just thinking about the scale of different things in movies, in cities running around. But like, I feel like the scale of the Transformers is spot on.
Well, yeah, I mean the cars, like it's like they can't be that big because
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, they can. Yeah, true. But like, I don't know. Like, I guess if you think about this, I never really thought about this. Starscream. Oh my god, Starscream is a jet.
Yeah.
Bumblebee is a car. So they shouldn't be the same size.
No, but like Starscream, like a lot of his size goes to be like the width of his shoulders. Like he retains like a lot of his like kind of plane shape in the Bayverse.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. But even like Megatron is like, oh, he's like a tank.
Well, Megatron changes depending on the film. Because like when he is the tanker, I think he's a bit. Well, he's pretty consistent, like despite like whatever he's copying. Because like even in the first film when he transforms into like that alien ship, like I think his size stays pretty much the same.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. I don't know. I just think about, dude, we're doing Transformers at some point. Oh, I just want to. I kind of actually do really want to do Transformers.
Actually, speaking about our series, Harry Potter, this TV show, is not releasing this year.
Really? Is it early next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw a thing where like apparently like the July like release date was like pure speculation.
I never thought it was July. That seems quick.
Right.
But I thought it was going to be. I thought they were going to time it for Christmas if they could.
Right. Yeah. No. Apparently, like what I saw. To be fair, I'm talking about like I don't know how credible the source is, but like it was saying that like all the projections for this year are just like absolute bullshit, and it's far more likely that it's going to be. I think WB said they're targeting February, like early, like Q1 next year, but early Q1. So I think February next year.
Okay. No, I can definitely buy that. I always figured, because they started shooting September last year, I think it was. So like I figured they'd want to aim for Christmas if I were them.
Yeah.
So I think that's where that whole idea came from for me, which was obviously baseless. So yeah, okay. If that's where it's going to be, it's going to be.
Yeah.
But I feel like Harry Potter, you want it for Christmas, right? If you can. I know it's like a whole year. It's funny because it's like, I know it's a year spanning thing and there's something inherently Christmassy about it, but it's kind of Christmassy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I mentioned in one of our reviews, I was like, I kind of see this as Christmas movies.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. Every season's going to have a Christmas episode.
Oh, yeah. Is there a season that it doesn't really take focus? No, pretty much every year has like a significant thing happen on Christmas or around like the break.
I think so, yeah.
One more word on scale though, sorry, just before you go.
No, yes.
I was watching a thing on like Star Wars creature scales. They like everything in that is like so much smaller than like what like that I imagined. Like things that
what creatures we talking?
Oh, I don't know, like everything from the fucking space wave to that thing that like Han lands in like episode 5. Like every creature that like like it was to the point where like so the Zillow Beast I think was like the second biggest thing in that video, and I was like, hold on, the second biggest thing in your entire universe is still only like city height, like 120 meters or whatever. I think it grows a bit maybe. It's like Godzilla height, we'll say. I'm like in your whole fucking space universe, 120 meters like is your biggest creature. I'm like, get fucked. Like that thing that Han lands in, I'm pretty sure the video says like 35 meters tall, like long. Right, that's fucking tiny, man.
It is tiny, but I guess like it's not that big in the movie. I guess if you think about it,
a whole fucking ship lands in his mouth. It's like a space worm. I mean, like, come on, like it's make your ship bigger, man. Like I was disappointed. Like watching that video, I was like, oh, these things are like fucking nothing. They're fucking whales that size. Like we have real whales this size. I'm like, come on, man.
I think not 35 meters. The space whales are kind of just the size of whales. Like they're not big.
I'm pretty sure that's what the video said. Pretty much.
I mean, who might argue that a whale's a whale? I guess. No, I catch your point. Like Even yeah, I guess the Bennu isn't that big.
No, he's fucking tiny as well. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I don't take issue with this, but in the sense of like how expansive the universe is, I don't disagree that I feel like there should be something that's absolutely enormous, some enormous organism. But yeah,
Hold on. Everything's comparing ships. Let me find a quick percentage chart.
hang on. If you said Zillo Beast is the second, do you recall what the biggest thing was?
No. Oh, but they were including shit like the crate dragon and stuff, and the crate dragon was fucking tiny as well.
Yeah. I don't know what would be bigger than Zillo Beast. I can't think right now.
Oh, the creature in the fucking in Solar is pretty big, but like still not as big as you expect.
Oh, in the whole hyperspace sequence.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Okay, hold on. Maybe I was wrong, because this is saying that like that thing's 5 to 7 kilometers, which is just unless like that is like a massive outlier.
Okay.
Well,
that would be the thing I'm looking for, the massive thing.
Yeah. All these links to like they're all links to videos, so like it's I can't remember. Okay, so Zillow. Okay, so this says Zillow Bay is 400 feet. That thing that Harlands is 500 feet, and then I don't know. This random thing is 1,000 feet according to this thing. But like they're not that big.
Yeah. What is the random thing? The 1,000-meter thing?
It might be that thing from.
Oh, from Solo.
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
like that is like a very different measurement to what I just saw. So I don't know if there's an agreed upon size for that.
Yeah,
I'll send you the video that I did watch, and you can judge for yourself what's right and wrong.
Yeah, no, I mean I believe it. Dude, I get your point. Though. I want something living in Star Wars that's Death Star big. Why not?
Oh yeah.
Why not?
Give me true fucking terror, like thalassophobia in space type shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hold on, mate. I've got the Wikipedia for that thing in Solo.
What's it called? What nerdy ass name has it got?
Summer Verminoff.
Didn't disappoint.
The Wikipedia says 7,500 meters. So, okay.
Whoa.
Maybe I was wrong on that.
That is massive. All right.
Yeah.
There it is. That's the thing we needed. Now this is podcasting. All right.
So I forgot we were on here.
I know. It's fine. We didn't quite get to the post show. As always, we'd love you to submit your responses, thoughts, and/or reviews for next week's show in the YouTube or Instagram comment section, or join the Discord server. This week, the specific question we'll be asking you is, what is your favorite concert you've been to and why? Let us know. We want your concert stories, please.
And why?
Yeah, I know the why is like usually like, we always want a why, but I specifically extra want a why. I don't want to just hear, I went to this band and this year and that's it. Like I want, give me your concert stories. That's what I want. So let us know. I just realized, shit, I'm going to have to write in my answer to this. I kind of wanted to hear this. I mean, I'll hear the story.
You can
anyway.
send a voice note and I'll just play it. Oh, I have to fucking edit next week. God damn.
Oh man. All right. We do, before we go, have an Instagram poll nominees to announce. Make Liam do it.
Yeah, I think I will. I can get him using his fucking marketing skills and see how they've developed.
Yeah, dude. Get him for the portfolio.
Yeah.
It's Jaden and I facing each other, nominating a film each, and then you must vote to decide which film that we will review in a fortnight's time on the Instagram. All right, I'll go first, Jaden, and I am nominating Master and Commander, Peter Weir's film with Russell Crowe in it. No idea how this will go, but I want to watch this film, so let's see. Let's put it out there.
Yeah.
What am I facing?
I hope you lose, because like Master and Commander just sounds so boring to me.
Oh, dude, it's right up my alley. I'm gonna make you watch it.
My pick is Under the Skin from Jonathan Glazer, starring Scarlett Johansson. 2013.
No complaints. I'll watch that. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. There you go.
It's Russell in Master Commander, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Mm.
Dude, it's a long-ass movie. It's a long-ass movie about ships. Everyone vote for it.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. All right. That's it for this week's episode. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thank you for Jaden. Thank you, Jaden, for joining me as always. Have a great rest of your week, and goodbye.